This is the third of 3 videos that I have made to help you with the Q4 honors project on making a graph. The first video to review was how to download the data. The second video was how to import the data, and this video is going to be about how to make a graph using the data you now have in Google Sheets. So as you can see, I have all of my data in Google Sheets. Just make sure that you only have one set of headings and titles across the top in the first row, and you don't have them anywhere else in the middle. And you're also going to want to make sure that you have dates in column 1 and that you've taken care of that. So the next step is go to Insert and Chart. And you're done. No, not really. You're going to want to click Customize under Chart Style. I think it looks a little better if you click Smooth. It's not essential that you do that, but I do think it looks slightly better when you do that. Next step, go to Chart and Axis Titles. So for your chart title, you should give it the name of the city and its average temperature. So I'm going to call this one Annual Temperatures of Jackson. And you can see the title has appeared on the top of the chart. Then you're going to want to click on Horizontal. So if you didn't catch that, right here where it says Type, go down to Horizontal Axis Title. The horizontal axis title will be whatever you had in the data table. I had left it as DY, but now I want to make sure I change it to Date. And then finally on the vertical axis title, it doesn't have anything, and I'm going to change that to temperature. I can't really make a degree Fahrenheit symbol in Sheet. The next step is series. In here, all I'm going to ask you to do is change the colors of the lines. So where it says apply to, I want to change this to max. And over here where it says color, please change max to red. Where it says min, please change min to blue. And for average, change that to green. Next step, legend. I would like you to move it. If you can see right here on the chart, it's located on the right. It works out a little better if we put that on the bottom of the top. I'm going to put it on the bottom since I already have the title on the top. Horizontal axis, you're going to do absolutely nothing. Just leave it the way it is. There's really no fixing it. It'd be nice if we could, but we can't. So then we go to vertical axis, and in here we have a couple things to do. First of all, where it says minimum value, for every single one of you, I want you to change that to -40 and change the max value to 120. The goal here is that everybody has the exact same scale. So obviously if you did Miami, Florida, you're not going to have temperatures anywhere near -40. And there'll be places with temperatures nowhere near 120. But there are a few cities near 120 and a few cities near -40. So we're going to do the whole scale for everybody so you can look at them comparatively. Next step, grid lines. This gets a little complicated. For the horizontal axis, so I'm going to change this to horizontal. The major grid lines, I'd like you to change it to 10. And then make those black so they really stand out. And for the minor grid lines, get like 3 maybe, but make them a really light color. One step darker, maybe like that. That looks pretty good. And then with the right vertical axis, or maybe yours says left because I thought that's what it did, where it says major grid, change this to 10. And again, make it, we'll try black. Yeah, sure, why not? And then the minor grid lines, we're going to do an interval of, let's say, 7. And auto, we're going to make those, again, very light colored. Last little bit to do is really just some tidying up. So the first thing I want you to do, in the upper right corner of your chart where the 3 dots are, click that and go down to Move to Own Sheet. What that's going to do is pop it up and make it very, very large. The next thing I want you to do is take this tab that says Chart 1 and slide it over in front of or to the left of the data table. This is the actual graph, and this tab is the data table. When another one of your classmates opens it, I want them to see the graph first. So if we put that on the left, that'll open first. Next thing I want you to do is rename it. Just rename it graph, and then go to the data table and let's rename that data table. This way, everybody will know what they're looking for. Last thing, share. It's very important that you share it with whomever your teacher is. If your teacher is me, just type in Hughes, and if your teacher is Mr. Foro or Mr. Gray, type in, or Mrs. Whitney, type that in, and click on this. Make sure it says can edit. If the teacher can't edit it, we can't share it with all the other students in the class, and we need to be able to do that. So make sure that says can edit, click send, and you are done, my friend. Have a great day.